Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jay and today we'll be talking skincare. So I do say guys because even though this is technically my first video and I don't have many subscribers at all, I'm already manifesting and imagining this bright future where I get to talk to a lot more people and we get to talk about the things we love. Hopefully a future pretty soon where we have survived coronavirus and have gotten past this quarantine. So with that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I do or what I did on my day-to-day basis. I'm a Sephora employee and I usually have a full bead of makeup and what I use in the mornings to prep for that as a person with dry combo skin, or more like dry to normal skin. I start off with sunscreen. Obviously, I wake up in the morning, rinse with lukewarm water. That's the basics. I don't use soap in the morning because I don't want to over dry my skin. How I mentioned, I'm pretty dry already as it is. So I start off with what I think is the most important thing in my skincare routine, which is sunscreen. Right now, I've started using a new sunscreen, which is for around the eye area. This one is by SUPERGOOP. I haven't actually purchased it because, again, it's fairly new and I wanted to try it first. And one of the girls that I work with gave me a pretty nice, generous sample, which has lasted me, I want to say, over 2 weeks now. And it's been super, super effective. It's a 100% mineral sunscreen, SPF 40, and I just use this around the eye area. It's awesome because even though it does leave a little bit of a white cast, it doesn't irritate my eyes, which I have been dying to find a sunscreen that I can use around my eyes that won't irritate me. So for that, I really recommend this one. I'll try to add a little picture or something of the actual product so you can see what it looks like. So following that, I go in with my CETAPHIL sunscreen. This one is awesome if you just want a sunscreen that isn't going to make you oily, but still hydrate your skin and obviously protect you from the sun. This one is SPF 30. Usually, I mean, I do live in a desert and I would recommend something higher than 30, but this one has really worked for me. Again, it doesn't make me oily, and most importantly, it doesn't break me out. I have dealt with quite a bit of acne in the past, and this was one that a dermatologist recommended, and I haven't been able to let go of it, even though I've tried several different ones. So yeah, definitely worth giving a try. Not too expensive, and very effective. Usually I like to mix in a vitamin C with my sunscreen to further protect your skin and obviously brighten it. Excuse me. And for that, I've been using one by The Ordinary. I've been using a powder vitamin C. And unfortunately, I broke the actual container that it came with, but I was able to save some. And this is what I have left. It looks like this. It's just a white powder, but it is vitamin C, and this one I really recommend because even though I've tried a few different ones from Drunk Elephant, Ulla Henriksen, Sandy Riley, this one I actually noticed a difference after the second time I tried it. I tried it at my boyfriend's house, and after the second time I was like, oh hey, my skin actually looks brighter and even, and I believe it's only like $5. So it's really, really nice. Don't sleep on this one. If you're looking for vitamin C, it's a great one to use. It does come in a powder form, so you might think like, what the hell, how do you use this? Basically, I pump a couple pumps of my sunscreen, and then I use, it comes with a little scoop, and then you just use a scoop of vitamin C, and that's pretty much it. You lather it on, and you're all set to continue with your makeup or just your day if that's the last thing you're gonna do. That's usually what preps my skin for makeup. And I really like those 3 products because they don't ball up on me and they just work great. So then, how I said, I usually do a full face of makeup, and by the end of the day when I'm ready to like just get it all off and get ready for bed, I do a 2-step cleansing process, and I start off by using my TATCHA oil cleanser. This one is really nice because it will make sure that everything is coming off of your pores. So you pump a couple pumps of this onto your hand and you just start lathering it all over your skin, your eyes. It does sting a little. I'm super sensitive and whiny more than anything. And it does kind of burn my eyes a little bit. So just careful when you're doing it around the eye area, but it actually does work. It removes the mascara, whether it's waterproof or you're just the type of person that likes to layer and layer and layer mascara. It'll get it off. It'll get it off really quick. And then after you lather everything onto the skin and make sure you melt off the makeup, you just rinse with a little bit of water and it'll turn into this like milky consistency, which is really nice because you know it's like all the oil is dissolving and it's getting everything off of your pores. And this would get rid of the chunk of the makeup when you're wearing full coverage, or even if you're not, but you wear a lot of eye makeup, you want to make sure that everything comes off of your skin. If you want to keep that youthful look and just take care of your skin and keep it looking bright and healthy, you always want to double cleanse. So for my double cleanse, I use this one, which is CETAPHIL Daily Cleanser. This one I like because it is basic in the best way possible. It'll just cleanse your skin, it'll remove whatever gunk is left on your pores, it'll leave your skin feeling squeaky clean without over dehydrating the skin. It does have a little bit of fragrance. If you're like me, I actually do try to avoid it on most of my products. However, this is a cleanser, and since it isn't staying on your skin, I don't mind it as much. On top of the fact that the fragrance is a little bit lower down in the ingredients list, which in my opinion, it isn't too bad, and it's never caused any irritation. It's never made my skin feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So again, basic in the best way possible, super affordable, effective, it works, bam, next. So then after that, I'm ready to go in with my skincare, the stuff that really fixed my skin as far as acne and all that stuff is this Niacinamide by The Ordinary. This one worked so good. It keeps my skin looking bright. Obviously, it's not just a niacinamide, it's a mixture of all the products that I use. However, this really does help even out the complexion. It helps out with redness, sensitivity. It'll keep your pores nice and clean if you deal with a lot of little blackheads and stuff like that. This will just keep all that out. Then I follow up by using my favorite moisturizer. This one is the Ultra Repair Cream by First Aid Beauty. Clearly, I love it. It's almost out. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't go into a store. Actually, that's a lie. Sephora is offering free shipping. So check them out if you need a new moisturizer. This one's awesome if you have dry skin. And yeah, this, again, it'll just, for hydration, it doesn't really have anti-aging benefits. So if you're looking for that, you might want to try a different one. However, I'm using my anti-aging preventative products in my serums or in my retinol. So I use this exclusively for hydration. Then depending on how dry my skin is, because it does get pretty dry around the beard area or even around my eyes, I use a little bit of an oil. I've been using this one by The Ordinary. This one is just a squalene oil, and I'll use 1 or 2 drops, again, depending on how dry my skin is, and then I'll just press it on. Bloop, 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 bloop. After that, if you are like me and every now and then, I want to say like once a week, I have like one pimple that is just like there, out to get me, and you can't get rid of it. I use this one, which is a benzoyl peroxide gel. I remember when I went to the dermatologist, when I was dealing with the acne, they had recommended a benzoyl peroxide gel as well, which was kind of pricey, and my insurance didn't cover it, and it was just this big old shenanigans. And I ended up finding this one at Target. It works just as great, and you basically just put it over any stubborn pimple, and even though it's not gonna get rid of it the next morning, I mean, I wish, but I'd be lying to you if I told you it would. it'll definitely just shorten the life of that pimple. You put it on and it pretty much just dries it out. Depending on how big and stubborn the pimple is, it'll take 1 or 2 days to kind of get rid of it, but it works so good, and this honestly saved my life, especially for when I was dealing with the more cystic acne. This definitely helped out. A little bit goes a long way, so you never want to coat the entire pimple. You literally just want to put it right on the tip of the pimple, because it does dry out the skin a lot, and you don't want it to over dry the skin to a point where like the pimple can't come out or something like that. So yeah, that's usually it. Like most people, obviously right now we've entered this time where like we want to have like a million products and we want to use them all at the same time because we think that that's going to accelerate the process in which it like works. And that's a total lie. That's not actually how it works. You want to space out your products. So again, my main one is a niacinamide. However, I'll use this for like 2 or 3 days in a row. And then after that, I'll use chemical exfoliant. I don't like to use anything that has like grains or like those physical exfoliants because again, I've dealt with acne in the past, and I have a few scars on my skin, and doing something that's abrasive on my skin could potentially turn that into hyperpigmentation amongst a bunch of other stuff. So I just rather use a chemical exfoliant that's a little bit more gentle on my skin, and I'll use that like once a week really. And for that, I've been using this Ordinary Glycolic 7% toner. This one has done wonders for my skin. It just softens it up. It gives the appearance of small, tiny pores. And yeah, it just helps get rid of all those dead skin cells. And it just works really nice. About once a week, I know I already mentioned retinol. Retinol is just an ingredient that I believe has been one of the few ingredients that has been the most effective to get rid of any skin texture. So that means fine lines, pigmentation, pore size, scar tissue from acne or whatever, anything else. And this, oh my god, when I tell you guys this works, I'm not lying. This one is by Drunk Elephant. This is the travel size. It is a little bit pricey. However, again, it works and you notice it so fast. I know that after like 2 weeks of using it, probably a little bit longer actually, because you only use it once a week, I started noticing a huge difference as far as like how fast I would develop like blemishes, the blackheads, all that stuff started going away once I started using retinol. My boyfriend got me into retinol and now I love him even more because of it. This one is a little strong. It's retinol 1%, which is pretty strong if you know about retinol. And the way that I use this is I start by using my moisturizer first, the Ultra Repair Cream. I'll lather this all over my face, make sure my skin is really hydrated. It'll work as a barrier to protect your skin because it does make you a little bit sensitive. I know that when I started using it, it gave me a little bit of redness, little sensitivity. The second or third day after using it, I did notice I peeled a little bit, but I've been using it for a little over a year now, and my skin has gotten used to it, so it doesn't really happen anymore. But if you're new to it and you want to try it out, just a heads up, that does happen. It's normal. You don't want to start peeling like a snake because then you probably overdid it. But again, that's why I use this first to keep the skin hydrated, protected, and then use about a dime size of this. It comes in a yellowish cream. Looks like that. And again, I use about a dime size or the size of that little cap. Again, remember it's a travel size. And then I'll use that and then I'll apply it in my problem areas first, which for me are my cheeks. If you can see, I have little purple spots and holes or whatever, ice pick scars, I believe they're called. So I'll put them here first. Then my forehead, which is also where I get like little lines and stuff like that. And then whatever's left in my hands, I'll just go ahead and press it around the eye area because I do want the retinol around there, even though the skin is thinner and more sensitive there. Obviously, I want to prevent crow's feet and some of this pigmentation that I get around my eyes, also around my mouth. Again, you want to be careful. The skin is thinner here, but that's usually where we get our little labial folds. And in my case, I get discoloration because of the beard. I usually do massage some of the retinol in here, and that does make me peel, but it does a wonderful job at really kind of getting rid of that little wrinkle right there. So when I do use the retinol that once a week, I only use those 2 products. In the daytime, you want to make sure that you do follow up with your sunscreen. Super, super important. I can't emphasize it enough. There's no point in you using some of these products to get rid of whether it's signs of aging or acne and all that stuff. If you're going to be using active ingredients, which are basically your AHAs, your vitamin C, your retinol, all those like chemical exfoliants that make your skin brighter, smoother, all that stuff, it makes your skin sensitive. I mean, you should be using your sunscreen anyways, but if you're going to be using these active ingredients, with more reason, wear your sunscreen, because it could totally backfire on you, and I would hate for your beautiful skin to turn all like shriveled and pigmented, and not to mention skin cancer is very, very real. Think about your health first. So yeah, that concludes my skincare. I know I'm a little scattered and all over the place. It's my first video, so I apologize. But I hope you learned a little something. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to see a little bit about what my makeup looks are all about. I know there's a million out there, but we all have different hands and we all do it differently. So if you want to see how I do my makeup, let me know. I'm happy to film, especially with this little self-quarantine that's going on. We want to stay safe, we want to stay indoors, and I know we all have a lot of free time. Therefore, I'm creating some content to hopefully keep you entertained. So yeah, let's survive this shit. See you soon. I'll see you in the next video.